How's it going, guys? Thanks for watching another video. So we got a great one this evening. This video actually was supposed to come out on Wednesday, but on Tuesday on America's Got Talent, another choir dropped from South Africa. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's get both of these guys together, compare them, and see what the differences are. And in my opinion, I don't think these two choirs would meet each other. I think there's a little bit of an age difference. In competitions, there's different classes, different types of categories. But let's get them together and see how they do. Now, Terry Crews used his golden buzzer because he's from Detroit. So he used it on the kids from Detroit, and the guys from South Africa really did a good job. Now, the things that we're going to be looking for in choirs are things like when they get on stage, what's their stage presence like? Do they walk out with their chins up, smiling, very proud to be on there? When they get into their spots, how are they arranged? Is the spacing adequate enough for them to move around? You can run into issues if you're too tightly packed in there and you're trying to do your moves and you can't get out there. And are the moves solid? Are they sloppy? Sound is very important too. Like, what do they sound like? Is it coming off as one big wall of sound? For how many people are on stage, what does it sound like? Is the tempo on? What kind of phrasing are they using? So we're going to have a look at the kids from Detroit first, and then South Africa, and then we'll do some closing thoughts. So let's start off and see how these guys did. A little bit wobbly there. Some kids are coming in early, some kids are coming in later. Still sounds good though. Good first chord. That's a big second chord. Boom, then the lid blows off, right? Good energy. Choreography's a little bit off though. Okay, so now we got a choir with rap and they sound decent. That big wall of sound came out right in the beginning when they hit their first chord because the beginning was kind of wobbly. But at any point, if you stop this video, like right now I'm at 4:15, there are people all over the place and going in different directions. And I think it might be because they're so crammed in together on stage. Now, how you can solve that is with the group this big, you might want to divide them into 2 groups or maybe in 3 groups, and then have them kind of move a little bit better, because right now they're all real cramped in there, so it looks a little bit sloppy. You can even see some of their movements. Some people are up like this, some people are kind of like this, and I know that's not by design. So I know I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but in the grand scheme of things, in a choir competition, those are things that matter, is the crispness and how solid those moves are. Sound, they got a really great sound. The only thing is later on, you're going to see individual soloists come out. Some of them were kind of shaky as well. They need to, if you're going to be a soloist, your job is to be like this person rapping right now. You're supposed to add to the actual overall sound and excitement of the actual song itself. So let's move over to the kids from South Africa. I got to move this over to where we needed to be, right at, I think it's 4:14. And then we'll see a little bit of a difference in how things are going over in South Africa. It's difficult when you got guys coming in from South Africa or Africa. The sound is so rich that it's difficult to kind of keep up with what they're going to be doing. But let's give it a good listen. That drum beat just gave me chicken skin. I hear the sound that gets you crying. The darkness melts away. The weary hearts tonight. Sound is like roof. Now we can see the difference in the soloists here. We've seen enough here to know where this is going. So for me, the only experience I have with this type of music is Lion King. And again, I don't know if you remember the drop beat right at the beginning of the Lion King. Same thing here. It gets the hairs in the back of your neck standing up. and everything is in sync here. So there's less people on stage, but the wall of sound is just as big as all the other kids from Detroit. So their voices are bigger, they're a little bit older, and I want you to look at the costuming choice here because it makes a difference in making look like everybody's moving together. So the women have skirts on, right? When they move all together, their skirts are all moving in unison. The gentlemen have these dots in the front, these colors. When they move and shift this way, it's black. When they move this way, you can see the color this way. So when they're all moving in unison, you get this beautiful change in color. And I'm not saying that you need to have costumes to win a competition, but it adds to that stage presence when combined with a massive wall of sound like these guys from South Africa have. It's almost unfair not to have a costume. So there's a couple things working against the guys from Detroit. Number one, the age. Number two, the voice. And number three, the stage presence. And I'm sure we're going to see some costume changes. But the first thing I like to see from the kids from Detroit, and I think it's going to solve a lot of problems, is fixing their spacing because they have great voices. They're probably going to have different costumes, but in order to solve their synchronization problem for moving, they got to separate a little bit. It's going to be an interesting competition between these two guys. Terry Crews, I think, did a very great job in using his golden buzzer to get the kids from Detroit into the competition. Guys, that's the ending of the video. Hope you found it useful. If you liked it, please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Chemo365, please do. And remember, I'll catch you guys later.